I'd like to talk today about my idea of high-speed rail impact on location of activities on national scale. It's not my own research, but I'm assembling several researches in this presentation. I'd like to introduce some related information taken from national reports and other researchers. This slide shows the current high-speed rail network and the population distribution in Japan. Right. And it seems to have obvious correlation between high-speed rail network and the population concentration in case of Japan. And especially the current high-speed rail network looks larger pattern centered Tokyo. So Tokyo is the most accessible place on this network. So this figure shows a planned. This figure shows a planned network, and here several planned lines like Hokurik lines and other Chuo lines will connect Tokyo, Nagoya, and Osaka, and the other networks connect the other local cities as well. So this plan will change the Tokyo-centered larger pattern to the more dispersed pattern on national level. And obviously, I think we expect to have substantial impact on location distribution of various activities, including population and economy on national scale. And this figure shows the national spatial strategy, image of the national spatial strategy by government. Now, the Japanese population is certainly expected to decline next decades, but we consider the expansion of transport network is still important for our society. These are the conceptual figures for future national land use and location activities by Japanese government. In my understanding, we need to shrink the human settlement area according to the population decline. This does not necessarily mean removing people from small towns or local cities to the big cities, but shrink each urban area according to the population decline and improve the connection between the cities, and that makes people accessible to urban functions in total. That is a government idea. And the national spatial strategy indicate that interactions is a key factor. Interaction is a key factor to vitalize the regional activities. Therefore, we need to enhance the transport network more. So this is my last slide. The transportation improvement is considered to have a bilateral impact on locations. As Professor Wegener said, that high-speed rail will impact much positive effect more in mega cities, and that will expand the disparity. But this is the left figure. This figure shows the output by Professor Takayama in Kanazawa University, and he analyzed the impact of travel cost on migration among cities using a new economic geography model. This is a very abstract model, but considering the transport conditions and agglomeration effect of urban economy in this model. His results show that if the transport cost is enough expensive, on this figure, left side is more expensive and the right side is more cheaper for transport cost. And if the transport cost is enough expensive, then in these 4 cities have equal population, because the transport cost is very expensive. Therefore, the goods cannot be transported among cities. So the population is distributed for evenly in 4 cities. And if the transport cost gets cheaper, then the agglomeration effect improves the productivity, and that exceeds the transport cost. Therefore, population size is differentiated among cities. And it is interesting that if the population cost is far cheaper, then the population of cities again get to the same volume. And this abstract model is quite different from the actual situation, real situation, but it suggests high-speed rail network will enhance, may activate the connected cities, I think. And finally, the right figure shows the zip plot, taking a case of Japan, Germany, and Thailand. In this plot, the steep slope means the city size deviation is small, and the gentle slope means a wide variety of population size among cities. So the city size of Germany is relatively evenly distributed, but those in Japan is more concentrated. So we consider that difference create a various gap among regions, and probably a high-speed rail network enhancement may alleviate this gap among the cities in future, I think. And in case of Thailand, the most cities are almost the same distribution with Japan, with Germany, except the case of Bangkok. So it is much more over-concentrated in Bangkok than the distribution in Japan. So we may need research on high-speed rail impact on land use in developing countries as well. That's my presentation. Thank you very much.